to MMA MADE, the best MMA show around the world. Mighty Devin Debo Taylor.
Once again.
Yes, I am the champion. I'm not, huh?
No.
Really?
I know you had it for like 2-3 weeks and it was starting to...
3.
I said 2.
3. It's not 2 or 3, it's 3. We're going 3.
But it's not anymore. So
it's going to be a tough run because there's only 4 episodes left, including this. So, and we were tied last week. So you were technically 1 ahead.
Of course.
So I can only let you get 1 more at best, so we can either tie for the season, or I gotta go, oh damn it, you're gonna get a default. Oh, that's some. We gotta find like a. Let's call up Kimbo, see if there's a street fight going on, and pick that because we gotta get something. Damn, I gotta go 2 straight. That's all right. I feel good. I feel good about that. You got 2 for going on.
We already know the 2 for in a couple of weeks is gonna be.
Yeah.
I might have to swallow my pride. I might have to like break some long-term relationships.
Some long-term hate and start for some love.
We'll see. We'll see. You know, it's tough being the champ, but you know, I mean, I'm willing to shoulder that burden as the champ. Is what I got to do.
We'll see what happens. Anyways, thank you for joining us. We were on break last week. I was down in SoCal. Devin here. Got sick while I was away, so
this is not like my Barry White impersonation. This is
he's a little under the weather.
A little something for the ladies, you know. I get a little bass in the voice.
Burrs. Let's go back to last week. Actually, the weekend before last, the 17th, we had Bellator. Houston Alexander, Virgil Zwicker went to a draw. It was a bad fight.
I mean, I picked that fight.
You picked it, and neither of us got it right because it went to a draw.
But my fighter won, but he was kind of a little more dirty to win the fight.
Dude, he's got a juggernaut head, and he's smashing into dude's dome on the ground.
It wasn't even like just like a maybe, kind of. He like pulled back and was like, bam! Yeah. And did it twice.
Yeah, he did it twice.
He probably should have gotten the point taken away for the first one. But
yeah. Anyways, that was Houston Alexander was smashing against Zwicker. You know what, though? Push that aside. Flying Brian was there for his first media event. He had his media credentials for that, so congratulations on that to Brian. I felt kind of bad in one aspect for him because the card itself was not that great, but he said he still had a great experience, and he did a little scrum with them afterwards. A lot of love, you know, between those two, you know, just straight professionalism. It was awesome. It was nice to see.
Yeah, I mean, Houston Alexander's a great guy.
Yeah, no, I was a big fan of his back in the UFC, you know, but it gets that point, he's 42 now. I mean, you know, maybe he doesn't have a lot of options. Like, what else do you do? It looks like, I mean, I don't know, but maybe all he knows is fighting, you know. Maybe he doesn't have a degree from Harvard in something or other.
Like you do.
Like I do. I actually have I'm a 3 degree. I have 3 degrees.
All of them are in BS?
All of them are in BS. They're bachelors of science.
You didn't know what a BS was.
Oh, I do. But I was going to say something else from the BS.
You were going to say one of your other BS?
Exactly. Okay. No, but, you know, it was lackluster on the whole card. Went to a draw. So that basically flattens that out between us for our picks.
Which is all I needed. Which was all that I needed.
Don't get ahead of yourself. I know how you like to get ahead of yourself. You're a little premature and whatnot. But just hold down, Tiger. Hold down.
I know how to hold off. You know what I mean? A couple deep breaths and I'm right back.
You can't even take 1 deep breath right now, so it ain't going to work.
That's true.
This past weekend, we had a Bellator event, and we had UFC 179. We didn't really talk about Bellator this past Friday on our last show, but one of our sponsors, Living Fat, he sponsored one of the fighters on there, and that is Linton Vassell. I believe that's how you pronounce his last name, Vassell or Vassell. and he fought against Emmanuel Newton. Dude, he was killing him the first 2 rounds, like dominating, and then just the gas ran out, man. I was like, I can just see it slipping away, and I'm like, it was sad, man, because I really thought he was going to be the champion.
And it's tough. That's one of the worst feelings there is, kind of in the fight game, to know, like, you just don't have the gas anymore. Like, I was doing real good, and I'm just tired. Like, I want to go take a nap somewhere. And,
like now, basically.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I felt kind of all day long.
Yeah. And that's why I'm running, doing a little more talking than normal, because I know he's a little tired, so I'm letting Debo get his word in.
We all know that he loves to talk, and he does a lot of talking regardless.
Well,
whether or not I sound like Barry White, he's going to talk.
Well, I mean, I was going to use Scully over here.
You were just going to sub me out?
Just sub you out, bro, throwing Scully. And, it's our Halloween episode. Halloween's this Friday. So, we got
That's why you look all ghoulish the way that you do.
I mean, it's going to be like Creep Show in a minute. I'm going to turn into the Beast and kill you.
You look like a beast.
See this hair? That's the Beast right there, bro.
There's a whole lot of you.
So, yeah, it was just so, like, he comes in, he looks so good, and, man, Emmanuel Newton, though, man, I got to give it up to him. The dude has heart. He stayed through it. He got out of, I don't even know how many submissions. I mean, Linton was putting on submission attempt after submission attempt, and Emmanuel kept getting out of him, and I was like, all right. And then they come to the 3rd round, and it was just kind of downhill from there, and then Linton gets subbed in the 5th, and I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah, I mean, I do know that I gassed pretty easy. So I know that feeling of, doing well and then feeling that gas tank sliding is really tough.
Yeah. Following night, Saturday. You know what, though? It was a great fight. And let me just talk about the fight, because honestly, I felt I paid $55 for the main event.
And it was worth it.
You know what? That's fine. I give it to you. You got it. It was a phenomenal fight, and I can't say that either fighter dominated any of the rounds, whether they won or lost. I thought it was pretty even each round of whoever won, which obviously Jose won 4 of the 5 rounds. But they were all pretty close. There wasn't anything that was super dominating. It was a great fight. I was glad to see it turned out at least a decent fight after all the other fights on the card, because I was not real impressed.
Yeah, all the other ones. Some of the prelims were decent. Not great. And then, definitely the main card was pretty bad. But yeah, Jose Aldo, Chad Mendes too. Kind of what it was billed to be. Mendes brings out the best in him. I think he's now the only Brazilian with a belt. I mean, at one point it was like up and down the rankings, up and down the divisions was all Brazilians.
Yeah.
It felt like at one point. And now Jose Aldo's the only Brazilian champ right now. Which is a little interesting. A lot of Americans flew out there and took their belts back. So, it was awesome to see, though. I mean, Jose Aldo, Goldberg's the whole fight. He's got the laser jab. I mean, he has it. It's one of the few times I'm like, I don't think he actually is like using euphemisms. Like, he actually has a laser guided jab that's just sticking to Chad Mendes' just jaw like the entire fight.
Yeah, it was like you said, pinpoint accuracy. It was great.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, obviously there is another fight that needs to take place first with your boy Conor McGregor and Dennis Siver. But it looks like the stars are going to align, and Conor's going to be fighting Jose. I mean, it makes sense. As far as Conor fighting Siver rankings-wise, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but it makes sense in the fact that it's in Europe. Conor's obviously huge everywhere, and especially in Europe. And Dennis Siver is big in Europe, especially in Eastern Europe. So it just makes sense to kind of put that fight together. I mean, if there's an upset and Dennis beat him, that would be, it'd be crazy.
I was going to say, I was just going to ask you what percentage you put to the upset.
I like Dennis Siver a lot. He's one of my probably top 15 fighters. I really like that guy.
Okay.
I like him. I think...
I didn't see that coming. Okay.
Yeah, you know what, though? I was disappointed that he got caught doping. You know, that's not good.
He's German.
So, do they dope? Germans dope?
I'm part German, so I feel like I could say, you know, they're like Olympic program. I would have.
Okay, all right.
Their weightlifting programs. I would have just said like, it doesn't surprise me.
If you go to UFC's website and you go to that fight card, which is whatever it is, UFC.
It's gonna be 181 or 182.
I don't even know if it's a pay-per-view. It might be a fight night.
Wow.
You know, I don't remember off the top of my head. But anyways, you go to that particular fight card, and then after you click on the thumbnail, it brings up the full-scale fighters. You know, their full bodies. They don't even look like they're in the same weight class. Dennis Seaver, and they're only 2 inches in height difference, which it looks like Dennis Seaver either is 5 weight classes bigger than him or 7 inches shorter than him, but they make them the same height on the screen. So it just looks like completely odd, especially now that Conor looks even leaner than he used to when he came back, and maybe the tattoo adds to it on his chest, but it looks so odd. It looks like a flyweight fighting a light heavyweight when you see the two pictures next to each other.
Well, Dennis Seaver is big though.
He is very big.
Dennis Seaver, he's got a big neck.
I don't see how he weighs 145 pounds. Like
he might be on that Rumble Johnson plan, cutting 80 pounds.
It looks like it, you know. Oh man. Anyways, main event. Jose gets the win. You get the belt, and it was on my birthday. Why couldn't I get the birthday gift? Like, give me the win. Let me keep the belt.
You know what? This was the birthday gift. I called and I said, Mighty, do you want me to come to the birthday party and embarrass you?
Is that what it was? Okay.
Or, I take the night off, I let you have your fun. I didn't want to do that to you, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to...
That was thoughtful of you, bud. That was thoughtful.
A little something.
That was thoughtful.
I figured I'd wait a couple days before I really embarrass you about who picks fights.
All right. Anyways, we did this a couple weeks ago. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do some shout-outs. We have the guest list open today. I said anyone that wants to get a shout-out, retweet this little post that I put out.
Twitter love.
So let's go down. Chris from Team MMA for Life. I talk to him all the time anyway. He's part of the fam. But right across here, that's at CRSLIZ on Twitter. This is all the Twitter handles, by the way. Then we got Patrick. He was on here the last time we did shout-outs, too. And that's at PMC 961. So there you go, Patrick. Matt, at Matt Yanis. I don't know how... I apologize if I don't pronounce the name.
You're probably pronouncing it
but it's
wrong.
MATT_YANEZ 23 as in Jordan.
Oh, you think so?
I don't know. Maybe he's a Jordan fan. I don't know.
Probably.
Matt, let us know if you're a Jordan fan. Then we got Rob. Always talk to Rob. Boy from Canada. Another good fan of ours.
We do like our Canadians.
And that's Dicker410 at Dicker410. I don't know if that's a euphemism or...
I'm not trying to be behind the podium. I'm too sick for that right now.
Then we got the Dawn Diva at the Dawn Diva 40 on Twitter. All right. Team Big Dogs. We actually not only are we giving them a shout out, we followed them today. You followed us. I said, we're gonna give you a follow as well, and that's at Big Dogs MMA. Irate BJJ. Irate. They're mad, right?
They're mad? Or they're like, or maybe they rate.
Oh, irate, maybe, yeah.
Maybe I rate.
Maybe it is.
Maybe they like.
See, that's the problem. You don't know the context when you see it.
Maybe they judge other people's jiu-jitsu.
I rate you and you suck.
See?
And that's at irate BJJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Terry at Terry in UFC. She gets a shout out. You look a little... You alright over there? You dying?
It's getting a little woozy, a little fuzzy.
I'm getting a little woozy over here.
I mean, with the lights in the studio, I'm like, I might be going towards the light. I don't know.
And then we have the Frenchie at Frenchie UTM, another Team MMA for Life member. And of course, Trinidad. One of these days, we will meet up. We've been at 2 events at the same time. The one in Sac and the one in Fresno. We tried to meet up both times. It just didn't work out. But that's at DJ2Bounce and that is the shout-outs.
It's an impressive list of fans and family.
Yeah, exactly.
Right there.
This episode's a little short. There's not fights this weekend. Anyway, there's none of the major promotions this weekend. Bellator has a break until November.
But next week we got the twofer.
We do have the twofer. And actually, we got a couple other big things that I don't want to quite announce yet, but we got a couple other big things in the works.
Big news coming.
But the one thing I do want to talk about real quick is on UFC 180, and that's on the 15th as well. And that's Kane hurt again, and once again, he's not going to fight. Mark Hunt steps in.
And you know what they're doing?
What are they doing?
Interim belt.
That's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
That's good, though. They should.
I mean, you got to do it. You know, if the champ gets injured for too long, people want to see championship fights.
I want to say it's got to be over a year right now since Kane fought.
They should do that. They should make it just give it a timetable. Like, hey, if it's been a year, interim champ until you get healthy.
That's legit, though. So that means that one of those two guys are going to be, I mean, not the true, it'll be interim, but still, they get some gold around the waist. That's pretty legit, right?
They deserve it.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Mark Hunt to knock out Roy Nelson.
See, I think Mark Hunt deserved it because the Mark Hunt versus Bigfoot fight goes to the draw. And then you're like, you know, he gets found out for doping, and they don't really acknowledge, like, hey, you know, he deserved a win in that situation.
Absolutely. So,
I'm happy for him because his KO of Big Country, which I want to say I called.
You know what though?
Did I call that fight?
No, you're sick and you're probably delusional. You probably don't. I'm pretty sure that I called that one.
Oh, you called that one?
Yeah.
You are so smart.
Yeah, thank you.
You are so.
I said Mark Hunt is gonna knock this fool out, dude. I was like, dude, yeah, I couldn't, you know.
Man.
And you're like, no. Roy Nelson has an iron jaw, and I was like,
what was I thinking?
I was like, dude, are you crazy? There's no way that he's gonna be able to withstand that punch of the Super Samoan.
He hits him and walks off. He hit the walk-off knockout.
That's bad, too. When you get the walk-off knockout.
Hit it, and as soon as he connected, he said, this dude's done.
He hadn't even hit the floor.
He connected and said, yeah, you're going to go to sleep.
It was like a lumberjack chopping down a tree, and he sees it starting to fall, and he just walks away, and he goes to the next one.
Yeah.
Starts chopping the next one.
It was awesome.
The next one's going to be Verdum. That's a hard one. Who do you get? Nah, we won't talk about that. We won't talk about that yet.
Okay.
Let's give a couple shout-outs to our fam. Flying Brian, fam. Mama's Boy Apparel, fam.
Unique Kennels.
Oh, he got it in! I'm looking at which camera
my puppy, I think, is on the way. I don't know if he's here yet.
Oh, man. Unique Kennels. Marco in England. And you know who I want to give a new part of the fam? Chris Toplack. I like that dude. We're going to hashtag the real voice, or I don't know what we're going to do. I think I put the real voice of MMA or something. The dude is like the Casey Kasem of MMA. You know, he's got that voice, man. It's just that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
You don't know what I mean?
Mm-mm. But right now, you got a pink elephant behind you. So, you know, who knows? Who knows?
Anyways, that's the show. Have a great night. Thank you for watching. Happy Halloween!
Say it one more time. Who is it?
Devin Debo Taylor, the champion.
Oh, it still feels
Bye. Have a great night.